Hey guys, how's it going? This is Crazy Horse here. So today we're going to be working on multi-GBU attacks using mark points and just using mark points in general. So I'm going to check our DSMS. I can see that I'm loaded with 6 GBU38s and a lightning bot. For what we're going to do here, I have a target waypoint set out there. So let's go ahead and slew to it. We'll zoom in. I can see multiple targets sitting there. So let's go ahead and go all the way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to laze this target and I'm going to do a TMS right short. But look up. I can see that I have a mark point there. So let's go ahead and set our CDU to mark. There we go. Now I can see that mark point. So you're going to use, we're going to go through the same process here. Verify it. There's a mark point B. So what we're going to use something like this for is a multi-target attack, where you want to release multiple weapons all at once so that you're getting in and out of the area quickly. Blazing. I think we can actually just mark point that. I can see that C. That should have been D. Make that E. F. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up our TAD here. I'm going to take my map off because that's my preference. I'm going to pull out into expand one. Then I'll move in a little bit there so I can see exactly where I am. What I don't know, what I want to do is I want to set up for an attack run going from Alpha to Echo, the target being Echo. I want to check that I am on mark point A, and I want to set to GBU 38s, going into the HUD, and there we go. Now, I don't want to be too close on this attack run, so I'm actually going to come left. Just to make sure that I'm outside of my initial window, so I have a good lineup. So basically I was in a wheel, and coming into a wheel, now I want to make sure that I'm far enough on the wheel that I can line up on my target without a problem. Don't forget, a problem with the GBU38 is if it's aborted, because you attempt to launch it and the parameters aren't correct, you can't use it anymore. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and slew this TGP all the way out. I can see that I'm 9 miles out. Let's go over here to the TAD. Coming up on Alpha. Now you want to make sure that your HUD is soy so that you can switch between mark A, B, C, D. So what we're going to end up doing here, we're going to go IP inbound. And I don't want to be going too fast. What you're going to do is after you pickle, you're going to use your DMS up in order to switch between the different mark points, and that's going to give you your target. So you can see we're coming in, we're at about 10 miles, so that's a good distance to be trying to set up an attack run. I'm going to slow down just a little so that the weapon itself releases a little easier. 9 miles. I know I still have a little ways before I can release. Make sure this lineup is good. So as that 7.2 drops down, we will be able to do a dynamic release of these weapons. And you're going to have to do this fairly fast if you're doing something like 6 weapons like we're talking about here. So we just fly it out. Staying fairly in line. And we'll watch that drop into the staple here in just a moment. And we're starting to drop. Starting to drop. Well, we lost our staple. So that means we're going to have to abort and figure out why we lost our staple. So we have noticed some issues with the GBU38. You're going to have to be a little more careful with them. Your altitude and your speed is going to affect the GBU38 how it drops. So you can see a few ways. You see we're 4 miles there. You see we're 4 miles there. And you can see that we're at 4.1 miles in there. So you're just going to pay attention to those. You're watching as we do a delta exit. I'm going to go out to 7 miles before I start to swing back around to the alpha entrance. And that should be good to start a slow roll back into alpha. So you can see we're just flying this out, just making sure that we're staying fairly level. I want to do my release at about 14,000. That's pretty safe for most threat levels. So we're at 11 miles, so I'm really comfortable turning in. So I have good visual of my target. I can tell that I'm on mark point A. I'm approaching an alpha entrance. We're going to do a pretty hard turn here just to get in on it. So when we turn in, and we're turning into our final heading, we're going to call IP inbound. And then once we're on final attack heading and we're a few seconds from release, we'll go ahead and call in. If there was a controller, they'd go ahead and acknowledge that. So let's make this turn. I'm going to go to my DSMS and put my nose back up. Just make sure you're flying the bird out correctly. Let's watch our staple. We're within range. So, pickle. Mark point B, pickle. Mark point C, pickle. D, pickle. E, pickle. And final mark point F, pickle. Now I normally do a exit here, but what we're going to do is we're going to watch these go in. So you can see all of these, how close they are together. So let's see how they accurately hit. Now, one of the main reasons you're going to use something of this manner is simply to attack multiple targets all at once so that you're able to clear the area on a fire and forget style weapon like the GBU38. This would be considered a kill box where all targets are military. And so here we go. You see they're all, how quickly they're coming in together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets destroyed. Let's go ahead and look over here on the tab and see if we can figure out which one didn't get destroyed. So we're just going to take a hard right. So looking down here, it looks like mark point A did not pickle properly. And let's look at Y. It actually looks like that first aborted run, the target moved. So they detected us, they saw us, and they moved out of the way. But using your mark points is a really easy way. I think it was a good demonstration of being able to hit multiple targets all at once using our kill boxes. So you could actually have a flight of up to 4 or more A-10s coming in, dropping multiple bombs like this, and just destroying an entire area. Dropping 6 weapons and doing an immediate RTB. So make sure you're using your mark points. They're a good way just to reference targets and friendlies. And we'll see you on the next video.